For America, it was royalty year when Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip were welcomed at the White House by the First Lady at the beginning of a memorable visit to the nation. At the Queen's request, a trip across famous New York Harbor was the prelude to her visit to the big city, where an especially gaudy ticker tape parade awaited her. Blasé New York really rolled out the carpet for the young monarch, and with youthful delight, she enjoyed every minute of it.
On her last full day in Washington, Queen Elizabeth spent the day on a whirlwind tour. One of the highlights was a visit to the Capitol building. Thousands of tourists had gathered on the Capitol grounds to get a glimpse of the Queen and her husband, Prince Philip. She was greeted on the steps by a U.S. Army Honor Guard and Fife and Drum Corps, all wearing Revolutionary War uniforms. Vice President Rockefeller and House Speaker Carl Albert gave a luncheon for the royal pair, attended by congressional leaders. Later, the Queen went to the Capitol Rotunda to view a copy of the Magna Carta, which was a bicentennial gift from the British government.
Unseasonable weather delayed the Queen's arrival in Santa Barbara by 45 minutes, and rain moved the arrival ceremony inside and away from the crowds waiting outdoors. Nobody likes to play to a half-empty house, all of which proves that even if you own a few castles, rule over a handful of countries, and arrive at most of your events in a Daimler or aboard the world's finest yacht, you can have one of those days. The Queen did improve on the efforts of one of her ancestors, King Canute, who nearly drowned while trying to hold back the tide. At least she managed to get through to the Reagan Ranch, saying, we are told, that it was a jolly good effort. It was not so jolly, in fact strained would be the best word, at the Queen's photo session in front of the ranch with the President. If there was a genuine smile, it most certainly came while watching those responsible ink-stained wretches huddling in the cold.
This was the Queen's first time at a race course in the United States and her only public appearance during her 6-day vacation in the bluegrass country. People really wanted to get a look at her and were ecstatic when they did.
My heart is still pounding. Oh, I was just overwhelmed. I got chills.
The Queen spent the afternoon at Keeneland Race Course. She is intensely interested in racehorses, came to Kentucky specifically to see the best ones in the world, and by all opinions is an expert. 13 horses ran in Keeneland's Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup race. The contest was created for the royal visit, but is likely to become an annual event.
She addressed a joint meeting of Congress, and for the colonials, there was a bit of royal humor.
I do hope you can see me today from where you are.
In historic Jamestown, where the British Foundation of America was laid, the Queen, much like her visit here 50 years ago, looked and listened and wowed 500 commoners who came here early just to see her.
It's just special when the Queen, I mean, it's the Queen of England.
They were drawn, they said, not just by her regal manner.
For her age, you know what I mean? She can't be looking like a Britney Spears or something.
They were also drawn by the majesty of those hats.
The turquoise one, I would probably, if it wasn't her, I'd mug her to take it.
Ours is a partnership, always to be reckoned with in the defense of freedom and the spread of prosperity. That is the lesson of my lifetime. Administrations in your country and governments in mine may come and go, but talk we will, listen we have to, disagree from time to time we may, but united we must always remain.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.